So it's one of the most unusual things. I don't think I would want women as slow as I am. And I actually made a video from Oceanside, and I'll put a link to it in the description. But if women were slowing down to the speed that I am, I wouldn't enjoy them. And that's a problem. Is there's this weird perceptual difference, but it's not a perceptual difference you can allow them to medicate people with psychiatric drugs for. You have to let that perceptual difference find an argument. And my argument was, I wrote all these books and I didn't even know what I was trying to say, but I'm not as slow as I am. I'm not who I am. I'm not who I am is what I'm trying to tell people is, and it may require that these women, these elite women that are tall, intelligent, very successful, have high incomes, are beautiful, that in order for me to be around them, they may have to be trained, special, not to speak to me at the same speed I'm speaking to them so I can enjoy them. But, the problem is, it breaks the rhythm. And it breaks the rhythm. And so you have to develop that speed. I think I can develop it, like I've been saying. And there's a lot of factors. One of them, the biggest one, is actually physical fitness. My stamina, I got to get it up there. And that's why training for the marathon is so important. Yes, it's for sex. That when I'm going to be running in that marathon, as democratic as the race is, the LA Marathon in 2027, being able to complete the 26 miles is about the fact that what that means is my stamina's up to a point where I can be having sex. And that means I'll be happy. That's what I'm good at. The doctors or psychologists can say, I've got a low IQ. You're just an eating, sleeping, fucking machine. No, I'm an eating, fucking, and exercising machine. In an incredible, symbiotic, there's three things, the Godhead: eat, sleep, fuck, eat, sleep, fuck, eat, sleep, fuck. It's the Godhead, the Holy Trinity. And I'm a full person because of it. So when you see me in that marathon, you can say what you want about it being, I don't care. I need to be using my penis. And if I'd used it 10 years sooner, I'd have been a very rich man. With that said, we're actually going to be condensing all of the points that I made in the past. I think we have 100 videos already. So we're going to be condensing some of them into really short 30-second shorts that explain all the concepts that are going to be coming out in the Dark Parts of Wisdom book. But what I wanted to say is, I'm going to go on to the second point, which is I'm a lot more attractive than I am too. And you can call it body dysmorphia. But that overcomplicates issues, because then psychologists try to say you're overeating, undereating, bulimic, anorexic, pushing yourself too hard to be physically fit. And they start saying all these things because they're making assumptions. But think about it. Is it right that some people are 6'4" and some people are 5'2"? And it says stuff about your manhood. Is it right that some people's penises are horse, impregnating membranes, and some are the size of pencil eraser like mine because of what psychiatry did to them? No, I'm not going to allow God to have done that to me. Like when I look at someone, I say, I'm not going to allow God to have done to you what he did. I'm going to see you, somebody the devil. I'm going to see you, Diablo, and see you as who you really are, unlike God. And I got to see myself as who I really am too. So what I would do, I'm not remembering this, that these women started talking really fast around me when I was in Vegas, and this started about 7 years ago, 10 years ago. This was full CIA. They were trying to deprogram me from having a tall white man, 6'4", good body build, strong identity of a eugenically bred person that had a lot of strength. They wanted to deprogram my head from it by moving at a speed before I could sufficiently get my ego up to conquer the things that they were hitting me with to try to make me weak. And it still had a very lasting effect on me. But what they were scared of is I was going to start trying to grab them. Well, that's what they have to let me do. Now, so what that means is, point blank, I have to be worth enough money. I have to be worth so much money. It invalidates my face. It invalidates my skin color. It invalidates my height, so that my penis can be feeling inside of women that match the white man, the tall white man with a lot of muscle, very strong, football player in college, man that I am on the inside. Like Mulan, when will my reflection show who I am inside? So what I was doing is I was verbalizing this stuff in front of beautiful women in touristy areas. And so they all kind of coordinated, like the sorority girls at the university. I was talking about, what happened at UH Mānoa, what happened at the end there. They kind of, why am I a few credits shy of a bachelor's degree? They kind of they coordinated. They brought in sorority girls from like Arizona State University or something. They brought in these, because we don't have a Greek life there. But I now remember. But these medications made me so. It's hard to explain, but it put me in such a dreamlike state and so susceptible to the manipulation of other people. that this was actually stuff happening around me. So that's why they diagnosed schizophrenia. So they can take all your money away and not let you develop the strength and actually make the argument to be around people that reflect the perfect person you are, not the racially inferior body that God cursed you with.